Love is one of the most powerful emotions we experience. Did you know it only takes about a fifth of a second to fall in love? That's faster than you can blink. When you fall in love, your brain releases a cocktail of chemicals like dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin. These chemicals create the feeling of euphoria and attachment. Here's a mind-blowing fact: the brain activity of someone in love is almost identical to that of someone on cocaine. Both experiences flood the brain with dopamine, making you feel incredibly happy and focused. And it's not just your imagination. When you're in love, your heart really can synchronize with your partner's. But what happens when love fades or heartbreak hits? The pain of a breakup can be as real as physical pain. Your brain reacts in a way similar to drug withdrawal, making the experience deeply painful and hard to shake off. In this video, we'll explore these fascinating aspects of love. You'll learn about the instant connection of love at first sight, the deep bonds created by oxytocin and vasopressin, and the mysterious phenomenon of heartbeat syncing. We'll also dive into how serotonin keeps our emotions balanced and why the brain's reward system makes love feel so good. Finally, we'll uncover the science behind the agony of heartbreak and how understanding it can help you heal. Stay tuned to discover the incredible science behind what happens in your brain when you fall in love. Chapter 1: Love at First Sight, the neuroscience of instant attraction. Have you ever locked eyes with someone and felt an immediate connection? That's your brain reacting to what it sees. When you first see someone you're attracted to, your brain releases dopamine and norepinephrine. These chemicals create a rush of excitement and energy. It's like a natural high. Interestingly, this reaction happens in less than a second. According to a study by Syracuse University, it takes only about a fifth of a second to fall in love. During this time, multiple brain areas light up. These areas include the ventral tegmental area and the caudate nucleus, which are rich in dopamine receptors. Dopamine, often called the feel-good chemical, is key in this process. It's the same chemical released when you eat your favorite food or win a game. Dr. Helen Fisher, a biological anthropologist, explains in her book Why We Love that dopamine makes you feel elated and focused on the person you love. You might find yourself thinking about them constantly. That's dopamine at work. Norepinephrine, on the other hand, increases your heart rate and causes butterflies in your stomach. It's part of the body's fight or flight response but plays a role in love too. This chemical makes you feel alert and can even make you feel nervous around your crush. But there's more to instant attraction. Physical appearance plays a huge role. According to a study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, people often fall in love with those who have symmetrical faces. Symmetry is subconsciously associated with good genes and health. Interestingly, your brain also releases adrenaline when you're attracted to someone. This causes physical signs like sweaty palms and a racing heart. It's the same adrenaline rush you get on a roller coaster, making the experience thrilling. Love at first sight isn't just a romantic notion. It's a complex reaction involving multiple brain chemicals. So next time you feel that instant connection, remember, it's your brain working overtime to make you feel that way. Chapter 2: The Chemistry of Connection, How Oxytocin and Vasopressin Work Their Magic. Moving from the excitement of initial attraction, let's talk about the chemistry of connection. This is where oxytocin and vasopressin come into play. These hormones are crucial for bonding and attachment. Oxytocin, often called the love hormone, is released during hugging, touching, and orgasm. It's what helps mothers bond with their babies and lovers connect deeply. Dr. Paul Zak, in his book The Moral Molecule, explains that oxytocin fosters trust and empathy. It makes you feel warm and close to your partner. Research shows that higher oxytocin levels are linked to greater relationship satisfaction. A study in the journal Psychoneuroendocrinology found that couples with higher levels of oxytocin were more likely to stay together. This hormone helps strengthen the emotional bond between partners. Vasopressin, another bonding hormone, is linked to long-term commitment. It plays a significant role in monogamous relationships. In prairie voles, a species known for their monogamous nature, vasopressin is crucial for pair bonding. When scientists blocked vasopressin receptors, the voles lost their monogamous tendencies. Humans, though more complex, show similar patterns. Men with higher vasopressin levels tend to be more protective and loyal to their partners. According to a study published in Nature, vasopressin helps maintain long-term relationships by promoting feelings of attachment and security. Oxytocin and vasopressin also impact social behaviors. They enhance our ability to connect and communicate with others. This is why physical affection like hugging and holding hands can make relationships stronger. The release of these hormones creates a sense of security and trust. Interestingly, oxytocin also plays a role in reducing stress. When you cuddle with your partner, oxytocin levels rise, which can lower cortisol, the stress hormone. This is why physical touch can be so soothing. Chapter 3: Heartbeats Sync, the phenomenon of biological mirroring. Have you ever noticed that couples in love seem to move in sync? This isn't just a romantic idea, it's backed by science. When people are deeply connected, their heartbeats and breathing patterns can synchronize. This phenomenon is known as biological mirroring. Research from the University of California, Davis, found that when couples sit close and engage in meaningful conversation, their heart rates and respiratory rhythms align. It's like their bodies are dancing to the same beat. This synchronization is a sign of deep emotional connection and empathy. Interestingly, this mirroring isn't just about heartbeats. Studies show that couples in love often mimic each other's body language and gestures. This subconscious imitation fosters a stronger bond. According to Dr. John Gottman, a leading relationship expert, mirroring behaviors help build trust and understanding in a relationship. But why does this happen? It's all about the brain's mirror neurons. These neurons fire both when you perform an action and when you observe someone else doing the same. They play a key role in empathy and social bonding. When you see your partner smile, your mirror neurons make you want to smile back, creating a loop of positive reinforcement. This biological mirroring isn't limited to romantic relationships. It happens between parents and children, and even close friends. When you're deeply connected to someone, your bodies naturally fall into sync, enhancing your emotional connection. Another fascinating aspect of this phenomenon is how it impacts stress levels. When couples synchronize their heartbeats, they can help regulate each other's stress responses. This mutual regulation creates a sense of calm and stability in the relationship. Research also shows that couples who experience this synchronization are more likely to stay together. A study in the journal Psychophysiology found that couples with synchronized heart rates reported higher relationship satisfaction and stability. In essence, biological mirroring is nature's way of reinforcing bonds. It's a silent, powerful force that keeps you connected to your loved ones. So next time you find yourself moving in sync with your partner, know that it's your brain and heart working together to strengthen your relationship. Chapter 4: The Role of Serotonin, Balancing the Highs and Lows of Love. Moving from the synchronicity of love, let's dive into the role of serotonin. This chemical is crucial for maintaining balance in your emotional life. While dopamine gives you that rush of excitement, serotonin keeps things stable. Serotonin is often called the happy chemical. It helps regulate mood, appetite, and sleep. In the context of love, serotonin is what helps you stay calm and collected. It's the counterbalance to the intense highs of dopamine. Interestingly, low levels of serotonin are linked to obsessive thoughts. When you're falling in love, your serotonin levels might drop, which is why you can't stop thinking about your new partner. This is similar to the pattern seen in people with obsessive-compulsive disorder, OCD, as noted in a study published in the journal Nature. Dr. Helen Fisher, in her book Why We Love, explains that the early stages of love can resemble a form of temporary insanity. Your brain is flooded with dopamine, and your serotonin levels take a dip. This combination creates an intense focus on your partner, often to the exclusion of everything else. But as the relationship progresses, serotonin levels start to normalize. This helps stabilize your mood and allows you to focus on other aspects of life. It's this balance that helps sustain long-term relationships. Without serotonin, the initial euphoria could turn into emotional chaos. Serotonin also plays a role in how you perceive your partner. High serotonin levels are associated with positive moods, making you more likely to see the good in your partner. This positive perception helps maintain relationship satisfaction over time. Another interesting fact is that serotonin impacts social behavior. High levels of serotonin make you more confident and sociable, which can enhance your interactions with your partner. This creates a positive feedback loop. Feeling good makes you act positively, which strengthens your relationship. Chapter 5: The Brain's Reward System. Why Love Feels So Good. Why does love feel so incredibly good? The answer lies in the brain's reward system. This system is a group of structures in your brain that release dopamine, the feel-good chemical, when you experience something pleasurable. When you fall in love, your brain's reward system goes into overdrive. According to Dr. Helen Fisher, when you look at your beloved, the brain's reward centers, including the ventral tegmental area, VTA, become highly active. This area is rich in dopamine, which gives you that rush of happiness and excitement. This reaction is similar to what happens when you eat your favorite food or win a prize. It's the brain's way of reinforcing behaviors that are essential for survival and reproduction. Love, being crucial for human bonding and procreation, triggers a strong response in these reward pathways. Interestingly, the brain's reward system doesn't just light up for romantic love. A study in the Journal of Comparative Neurology found that the same areas activate when mothers look at pictures of their children. This shows how the brain uses similar mechanisms for different kinds of love. One fascinating aspect of the reward system is its role in addiction. The intense pleasure from dopamine release can create a kind of dependency on your partner. In fact, Dr. Lucy Brown, a neuroscientist, found that the brain activity of people in love closely resembles that of people on cocaine. Both experiences flood the brain with dopamine, creating intense pleasure and craving. However, unlike drug addiction, love has the potential to be incredibly beneficial. Positive relationships can improve mental and physical health. According to a study by Harvard Medical School, people in loving relationships tend to live longer, healthier lives. This is because love reduces stress and promotes overall well-being. The brain's reward system also plays a role in keeping long-term relationships exciting. Over time, dopamine levels may stabilize, but other chemicals like oxytocin and vasopressin continue to support the bond. This balance helps couples maintain a loving and fulfilling relationship even after the initial excitement fades. In essence, the brain's reward system is a powerful force behind the feelings of joy and excitement that love brings. It reinforces the bond between partners and helps ensure the survival of the species. So, the next time you feel a rush of happiness from being with your loved one, thank your brain's reward system. Chapter 6: The Neuroscience of Heartbreak. Understanding Love's Withdrawal Symptoms. Heartbreak can be one of the most painful experiences, and science shows why. When you go through a breakup, your brain reacts similarly to withdrawal from drugs. This is because the same brain areas involved in love and addiction are also activated during heartbreak. Dr. Helen Fisher's research shows that when people look at pictures of their ex-partners, the brain's reward centers still light up. This indicates that the brain is still craving the person, much like an addict craves a substance. The ventral tegmental area, VTA, and the nucleus accumbens, both rich in dopamine, are particularly active. Interestingly, the brain also activates areas associated with physical pain. A study in Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences found that heartbreak activates the same brain regions as physical injuries. This explains why emotional pain can feel so intense and real. The drop in dopamine levels after a breakup can lead to symptoms similar to withdrawal. You might feel depressed, anxious, and unable to concentrate. This is because your brain is adjusting to the sudden absence of the pleasurable stimuli provided by your partner. Oxytocin and vasopressin, the bonding hormones, also play a role in the pain of heartbreak. When these hormone levels drop, the feeling of security and attachment decreases, leaving you feeling vulnerable and alone. This withdrawal from bonding hormones can make the experience of heartbreak even more painful. However, understanding the neuroscience behind heartbreak can offer some comfort. Knowing that your brain is going through a natural process can help you be kinder to yourself. It's important to give yourself time to heal and allow your brain to adjust to the new reality. Interestingly, engaging in new activities can help mitigate the pain. When you try something new, your brain releases dopamine, which can provide a sense of pleasure and distraction. Exercise is also beneficial as it increases endorphins, the body's natural painkillers. Another effective strategy is seeking social support. Talking to friends and family can help release oxytocin, which can improve your mood and sense of connection. According to a study in psychoneuroendocrinology, social interactions can significantly reduce stress and promote healing.